Hey guys, so Recoleta is coming to the Chinese version of Reverse 999, and her kit is really interesting. I really like this character. I love to play with ultimates, and the meta so far has always been incantation based. Like we have Lucy, Anjonala. Technically, Anjonala can work on the ultimate, but we all know that the incantation path for Anjonala is better. And if we rewind a bit on the limited character like Jiu Yangzi, which is also kind of like focused on incantation, and J incantation. So a lot of character has been incantation focus. And the early stage of the game is ultimate. Like we have Melania, Calabauna, all those characters are ultimate related, and they kind of drop down because they don't really have a support that support them, except if you consider Isol as part of a support for ultimate, because she does provide rousing morale to the party, and rousing morale increases 50% damage, and when you out with that, the stacks is gone if you attack, so it's best used for ultimate. So in a way, it's kind of like a support for ultimate focused character. But anyway, now with Recoleta here together with Shamaine, the ultimate team comp is looking pretty good, to be honest. And in this video, not only I will talk about Recoleta, I will talk about Melania's Euphoria as well, and also Medicine Pocket. Alright, so let's understand Recoleta's kit. Her insight increased Mag Moxie when an ally casts an ultimate, increased Self Moxie, and grant monologue dialogue buff. Okay, I believe it's just one buff called monologue and dialogue, or it's actually like monologue or dialogue, because it doesn't explain. If monologue, what does it do? If dialogue, what does it do? But anyway, she does gain a buff, right? And increase self moxie. So if we consider like a cycle where everyone will be out one time at least, so in that case, she would be getting 3 moxies from the other characters. So she just needs another 2 moxie. Now, we do not know this point where it say increase max moxie. Does it mean that she needs to max out her moxie before she can use her ultimate, or is still 5, and whatever extra is extra, right? If you have 7, they use up 5, then you have 2 moxie left, then you just need another 3, and if it's that way, well, we do not know exactly what this is yet until this character is released, but I'm assuming that it's just extra. So in that case, she will be able to get a lot of moxie and cycle through her ultimate pretty quickly. And here you say when enter, okay, this one doesn't matter. The third insight increase max moxie again. So here I assume she has 7 moxies. And insight 3, it also grant her preparation Recoleta as well as self moxie at the start of battle. So we are not sure how many she start with. Is it just 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? So assuming maybe it's just 1. And after casting an ultimate and consuming enough stack of monologue dialogue, gain preparation Recoleta. So which means you probably do not want to use her ultimate until she get enough monologue or dialogue. And again, if other characters is using ultimate, she will get monologue dialogue. We do not know how many she need to consume in order to get preparation Recoleta. Preparation Recoleta is very strong because it generates this incantation called Fissions. Okay, so now she got the buff preparation Recoleta. At the start of the next round, she gets the incantation Fissions, right? And this causes the ally with the highest moxie to cast their ultimate. So if strategically what we want to do here is use it when everyone is at very low moxie. So let's say everyone just spam all their ultimate and everyone at 0. And we would use this Fission, right? I believe the game will select the character at the front, means number 1, to use their ultimate, even at 0 moxie. Okay? But I'm not sure about this. They might need at least 1 moxie for it to work. But because I say this is in the Reverie, the Anjo boss, there is a mechanic where they drag the character with the highest moxie, and when I have all character, or at least 2 character with highest moxie, it drags the character at the front, right? The most front. It doesn't matter, like, if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, if 2 and 3 has 5 moxie, it will drag 2 to 1. So I assume this would be the same. If everyone has 0, the first character on the lineup will trigger the ultimate. Also, when she casts an ultimate, based on the number of monologue dialogue buff that she has, consume all stacks to deal extra relative damage. We do not know again how much relative damage. If it's something like Lilia, the more ceremonial stack, it gives like 30% relative damage. It might be the same for Recoleta. Similar mechanics, right? For her skill 1, it does a single target relative damage, and after that she gains a number. She inflicts a number of Moxie extraction to the target. So I believe this should be a debuff. And this Moxie extraction, I do not think it depletes the enemy's Moxie. But because if it does that, it's going to be really broken. We know how Melania cheeses Anjo because of Moxie depletion. I do not think that they will easily just give a character Moxie depletion. So Moxie extraction is just that you gain more Moxie when you attack that unit. So if your incantation gain 1, then when you attack this character, you might gain another 1. Okay? Here it also mentioned that it applies a certain number of stacks. So is it 1 stack? Is it 2 stacks? I think at rank 1 it's just 1 stack. Rank 2 would be 2 stacks, because even if like your character attack, that's 1 Moxie, and now they get another Moxie because of the debuff, to me it's already pretty good, right? So basically you are using 1 AP here in order to allow another character to get 2 Moxie using 1 AP as well. Yep. So in a way, Recoleta herself, definitely you have to use her incantation, but overall for the entire team, if we are just looking into ultimate oriented, she is really like, the overall in 3 cycles, she won't be using, or your whole team won't be using that much AP to maintain their ultimate. Especially you have character like with array, because sometimes you don't want to use so many incantation to maintain their array, like Gertian, like Samwise. So this character will be very good for those teams. And her second skill is mass attack and grant herself monologue dialogue. The thing with this is, if we look into the ultimate, when you use her ultimate, she consumes all of it and cast preparation Recoleta. Problem here is, do we want to wait for them like monologue and dialogue, even though our Moxie is already maxed out? And then we have to use skill 2 to get sufficient to use. So that kind of like counterintuitive on her like AP friendly setup for the entire team. So I believe maybe the stacks required for the monologue dialogue will not be that high. At least by the time we get her Moxie fill up, we should get sufficient monologue dialogue in order to trigger preparation Recoleta. And regarding her ultimate, it's a mass attack, deal relative damage to all enemies, consume all Moxie upon casting to enhance ultimate might. Okay, so with this mention, I believe that she does get her ultimate as long as she has 5 Moxie, but since she has extra max Moxie, if you consume those Moxie as well, then she will trigger more damage. Her ultimate will deal more damage. And if the extra Moxie consume reaches a certain amount, the ultimate might of this attack is doubled. Alright? Very interesting. But we need to know how much ultimate might. 50%, 10%, if double 10 to 20, doesn't matter that much. If it's 50, double to 100, then that is wow. And not only that, this ultimate also grant 1 Moxie to an ally. Okay, so overall very versatile, very interesting kit. And now let us look into Melania. Okay, from Melania, rank 1, new effect. When Melania actively attacks, she inflicts a certain number of Moxie. So she has Moxie extraction as well. Really, really good. because it not only work for her, work for the party as well. Now she can ult so much faster, and every time she ult, she gets fixed plan, means it get stronger and stronger. And rank 2, top student, insight 1, effect enhancement. Fixed plan now applies what? To all allies? So, if not mistaken, she can stack up like to quite a number of times, 5 times, 6 times. Each is like 12%. So that is a lot of damage, like 60-70% of ultimate might, right? If I'm not mistaken. And it applies to all the party and has an enhanced effect, but we do not know what is this enhanced effect is. But this itself is really, really good. And for rank 3, ultimate effect enhancement for every certain number of stacks of fixed plan deal additional mental damage. Okay, so it doesn't just increase the overall damage, but now it deals additional. Okay, so Melania will be hitting even harder with her ultimate now. So rank 4 at the start of the battle, increase own Moxie. Okay, not bad. Access Moxie on allies is temporarily stored. At the end of the round, each ally's stored Moxie is used to replenish their own Moxie. See Tuesday. So she gets Tuesday mechanic. Well, this is really good because, like Tuesday with Shamaine, the only problem I have is that Tuesday doesn't really fit well into Shamaine's team, in the sense that Tuesday is mostly like poison team, and you want your unit to be inflicting debuff, so there's a chance to inflict poison, and Shamaine doesn't do debuff on his ultimate, and the whole sense if I want to use Shamaine is to be spamming ultimate. So now with Melania, I could see that there will be a very good synergy with Shamaine. Okay, and both of them will be giving each other Moxie, and they will be doing a lot of damage. And from Medicine Pocket, Alchemy Wave, which is his healing. If the target HP is below a certain percentage, restore HP. Okay. If the target HP is above a certain percentage, grant a shield. So let's say if you're 100%, and since you can't heal any more than that, so now you get a shield. Okay. If your HP is below, then it's just heal. Okay, makes sense, pretty good. Rank 2, when casting, the user loses a certain percentage of their current HP, and additionally reduces the target crit resist and crit defense. So on top of crit resist and crit defense, originally this has damage taken up, which is already pretty good, and now you have additional crit. Which is what always missing in Medicine Pocket is the damage boost support, as in this debuff that he gives, is a bit too low. So now with this crit is really good in the sense that you will be using that skill, and every time he uses it, it depletes its current HP. Okay, the percentage of their current this their is referring to Med Pocket, because the last I heard, they have no gender or something. Yeah, so it's they and their, right? Anyway, so Med Pocket reduce HP. That's the thing. Their kit has this: the lower the HP, the more healing they do, if I'm not mistaken. So now it actually helps them to reduce their HP. So this might have a position in Eternity's and Semmelweis team, but only if the healing will only trigger, maybe let's say if you have 50% less HP. Else it will be the shield. Then perhaps. Or else they will be healing, and Eternity and Semmelweis will always be at like almost full HP, so it's not going to make sense. And for rank 3, when an ally is attacked, the user the user automatically, yeah, that's what I say. If you use it with Eternity when they are attacked, then Madpok will just continue healing, right? And everyone will be like really, really healthy. So in that case, it might not be suitable for that team, but this makes Madpog, very generic. You can slot Madpog in any team, just like what we have with Babel right now. So instead of giving shield all the time, it's either shield or healing. Okay, so when casting Alchemy Wave, all allies loses a certain percentage. Okay, so now everyone loses HP, and Madpog grant shield, and at some lower HP count, then it heals. If the target HP is below certain, additionally restore HP. Okay, we need to see this number, but so far it's looking very generic, very good for a lot of team, very good for Reverie. Okay, and ultimate the user, I almost said loser, a certain percentage of their current HP to deal Genesis damage. Okay, so now Daze and Genesis damage. And everything Madpog do now kind of like loses HP. I really think that it should be workable with Eternity and Semmelweis. We really need to see how much healing Madpog actually does at this moment. Because Eternity and Semmelweis team definitely need a healer, but like if the enemy is using an ultimate, you know they're gonna hit hard. You kind of want to bring their HP at least back to almost full, so they can at least absorb those damage. Because at the moment I've been using them in Reverie, the only complaint I have is they are always at around 50% HP, and that can be a bit risky. If the enemy just hit really hard one time, all of them is dead, right? So there should be a unit that helps them to push the boundary, like push their HP healing back up to tank this type of big attack. Else, like, we don't have to use the healing, and then it become a shield, right? So yes, Madpog should be for the HP reduction team. And for team comp, here we have Recoleta. I'm gonna put a bunch because I think she's quite generic to be slotted in most team. So any ultimate oriented team, like if you're using Spadulia, Melania, Lilia, 6 Noir, A Knight, and I believe the new character Aleph will be ultimate base. Okay, there's always a relation between the character that is released after this character. Like before this is Noir, and after that you get the ultimate support. That's why Noir and Recoleta works. So there's always a relation like that. Alright, then A Knight, okay. For more out support, Isol, a Kakania would be great, right? If she's gathering a lot of Moxie without doing anything, and then you can trigger her ultimate, even if she have like a few Moxie, like you use everyone's ultimate, and then now, what's that? Kakania has 3 Moxie. Then you use the Fission on her. Then she triggered her ultimate. So if her empathy is high, then you can easily release her ultimate. So make it more even better to use Kakania. And Willow, you remember I did the infographic about basically the tips for Willow. We always, if you are doing the long cycle, there will be a gap because she need to build up her Moxie again. And because her ritual lasts a bit long, so she cannot build up the Moxie to get her ultimate, even Tuesday already gotten her ultimate. But now if with this character, Recoleta, in it, after a ritual, you can just easily trigger her ritual again. Just like Tuesday, use her ultimate, and then Recoleta use the Fission on Willow, and now Willow uses her ultimate immediately. Right? So very interesting. And with the Moxie that she provides, the free Moxies, it will help Willow to prolong her ritual. So yeah, that would be an interesting synergy. Then we have the Array team, and then we have Shemaine. Definitely, I give you more Moxie, you give me more Moxie, everyone have Moxie, everyone spamming ultimate. That is how this team will work. Okay, just example of more specific team comp. So fixed plan, I extracted the info. So ultimate power increased by 12%, cyclable up to 6 times, 6 times 12, 60, 70%. And you cannot dispel it. It's not ceremonious. It's just there forever. 70% increased damage, wow. And Shemaine also gives ceremonial stack, so this party can work. And Lopera can give some passive healing. Now, what's that? Madpaw also can give some passive healing, and they have crit and crit damage and everything. This team will be hitting like a truck. Okay, I have everyone already, so I just got to wait for Melania's Euphoria. Or if you think there's too much healing, you can remove Madpaw, and then you put Recoleta in. Now you have even more damage. So the last one here, while recording, when I was talking about that, I decided to stop the record and do this last team comp. So here, position 1 will be Semawise and Pickles behind her. So now her incantation, her follow-up attack will be hitting really hard. And with the Moxie that Recoleta provides, can easily sustain Semawise array. And then with Pickles as well, with Pickles having good Moxie gain as well, together with Eternity, this team should work very well. So definitely I will pull for Recoleta. I always pull for support. Support always has more flexibility to slot in many team comp, and even boss have any weird mechanic, the support is always required. So yes, I will definitely pull for this character. Alright, so thank you for watching this video, and now I gotta go back and do the guide for Reverie, right? But probably over these few days will be a bit slow due to work. So thank you for watching this video and have a good day.